This is how my morning is going right now. So, trying to make breakfast, crack 2 eggs. It is what it is.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me.
Hey y'all, my name is Keisha Jante. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm in the process of having my very first home built here in the Atlanta area. It's a semi-custom build, and I've decided to share the journey with you guys so that if you're in the process of building or you're thinking about building, then you can learn with me as I'm learning along the way. So if that's the kind of content that you're interested in, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can know whenever I upload a new video. It is Monday, November 8th. And there's been a couple developments in the house process since the last time I talked to y'all. So the first one is there's a new sales agent. So when I went back over there, I met the new sales consultant, and he let me know that he'll be my new point of contact. And he was asking me about my lot, like what the number was, how long I've been under construction, and all kinds of things. And I let him know. I answered his questions basically, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's the corner lot. I've been watching that one since I've been here, and I've been trying to sell the lot across from you." And I was like, "Please do," because that was like the critical thing that I mentioned in my first video about not my first video, I think my second video about the construction around my lot. Like, I really wanted the one across the street from me to be completed very shortly after mine was, because I don't want necessarily to be, being across the street directly from a construction zone. So he said they were trying to sell it, but he did mention that the lot premium was quite a bit higher. Not like a whole lot higher, but it was still, several $1,000s higher than what it was when I purchased. And my lot premium was already kind of high. Like, I'm not even gonna lie about it. I keep thinking about it, watching other people's videos and how much they pay for their lot premiums. I have a high lot premium. And this one is even higher. And what I think is going on is they're increasing the lot premiums, but they're not necessarily increasing the base price of the home as much. So I see people talk about how, they went to go see a lot, or they went to go see a model home, this point, and then, a couple months later they went back to it and it was $20,000 or $40,000 higher. Or, they went under contract and now they're like, halfway through the build and the price of the home has skyrocketed like $40,000, $50,000. That hasn't been the case with my builder. The price of the homes are probably like $2,000 or $3,000 higher than they were when I went under contract. But I think what they're doing is they're recouping that price increase in the lot premium. So definitely something that you need to look at if you are in the process of building a home, is you want to look at the lot premiums and see like how those are increasing. Even when I originally got my house, I thought my lot premium was kind of high, but I didn't do my research. I didn't do my due diligence as I should have to know if that was something that was kind of like standard across the board or if they were just high. And I think at this point I realized that they're just high when it comes to lot premiums. But overall, still within budget. For me, it would have been, I'm either going to pay this much money for the lot or I'm going to pay that extra money for the house. So to me, it didn't make a difference. To some people it might. So anyway, he mentioned that the lot premium for the lot across the street from me is higher than it was when I purchased my house. So he didn't say that, it was causing an issue, but the way he said it and his facial expressions when he was mentioning it kind of let me know that that's where they're running into issues with selling that lot, is because the lot premium is a lot higher than it was before, and people are probably just not willing to pay that. So like I said, what you don't pay in lot premium, you probably pay in the house cost, but some people are probably just not interested in paying that fee. So that was one thing. The other thing is I spoke to my project manager this morning, because I told you guys I've added like a whole bunch of lights to the house, and a lot of the lights that I just added within the last couple weeks. So I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page as far as where those lights needed to go in the house. And couple things. He, I told him that I really wanted to add more lights to the house upstairs, but I maxed out on the number of lights that I can have in the house. And he basically said the same thing that I was thinking. Put what you can on the bottom, as much electrical as you can in the bottom that you know that you're going to want, because if you're limited, right? So because I'm limited in the number of lights that I can put in the house, put all the lights on the bottom floor. It's so much easier to add lights to the top floor because you have access to the attic. So that was my thought process, and so that's why I added all of the lights that I can. I added a couple upstairs in the bathroom. My bathroom came with one. I added another one, and then I added another one in the secondary bathroom, and then I added 8 downstairs, and I wanted to add more upstairs, but the reason I didn't is because I was told that I was limited, and so I just put all 8 downstairs, and then I said I'd come back and add in the additional lights later on. So that was one thing we talked about. I did mention to him that a few times I've gone to the house last week, even though they almost completely finished framing out the second floor, they're still missing the wall on the bottom floor. And he did say that, there's still a couple things they have to work on. That was one of the things, but he is going to do a frame inspection today. And that's one thing he'll punch out just to make sure that that's on the list that needs to get done. And he also said that, believe it or not, they're actually a little behind schedule. So my original pre-drywall meeting was supposed to be on next Tuesday, so it's November 16th, but we had to push it back to November 18th because they're not going to get all the things done that they need to get done on time for us to have a pre-drywall meeting on Tuesday, which I was like, are y'all trying to get this house done by Thanksgiving? Like, what do you mean y'all are behind? Like, y'all are going so fast. Everybody comments on how fast everything is moving. I mean, comparing where I am now when we're in week 5. And when I say week 5, week 4, I'm going by when they started preparing the lot. So they started preparing the lot to be, to have construction 5 weeks ago. And now we're talking about they're probably going to be putting the roof on and wrapping the house this week. And I look at other people who are going through the process and they're like week 15 and they still don't have those things. So I'm like, what do you mean you're behind? How, Sway? I don't understand that. But so we pushed it back a couple days. It's not a lie. He said that it could possibly be done by the 16th, but just to be safe, we went ahead and pushed it back for 2 more days. So of course I'm going to go over to the lot today. But I just thought that I would share those things with you guys because, like I said, it's things that kind of transpired since the last time I put my camera down for the last video. And I wanted to make sure I mention those in this video, especially the thing about the lot premium, because again, it's just very interesting to me how a lot of people are saying like, the house is $100,000 more than it was when I started this process. Anybody that's buying now is going to pay $60,000 more for the same house, but it's like, that's not the case for me. But the lot premium is high. And I will say the lot premium is high. It's steep, especially for the size of the lot that I have. But again, that's on me because I didn't do I didn't do any research when it comes to lot premiums. And I should have, but I also don't think it would have changed my decision. So it's kind of like, it's not that big of a deal. So anywho, I'm about to get back to work because I have a tax deadline. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in any of my other videos. I know I put it in the description of all my videos, but I'm not sure if anybody's actually reading those. So, in my day job, I'm actually a corporate income tax manager. I work for a multi-billion-dollar company and I do their tax returns. So I know I've said a couple times that I have tax deadlines and people might be like, what do you mean you have tax deadlines? Tax season is over. In the corporate world, it's a little different. We have tax returns due at different stages depending on when our tax year ends. For my company, we happen to end at the end of January. So our tax returns are due a month after individual tax returns. So yeah, so that's what I do. And that's what I need to do because we got a deadline next week. So I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay, y'all, today is Wednesday, November 10th, and we got some really good updates going on. So you see the house is wrapped. I don't know what this is here in the garage. Oh, these are the tubs and the wall. So this is the, oh my God, this is the plumbing. This is the tub and the shower wall stuff. And then we have the doors here. And if you notice, we don't have stairs. So that means the stairs are in here. Also, we finally got this wall framed out. So this is, let's get you outside of the light. So that is the task room. So now you can see, now you can kind of see the size of the actual living room. And I really like how they put on the floor, like the things that's gonna go. So like the Cat 6 cable is gonna go here, and this whatever they have written out there is letting them know that they need to put it up here at the top, because I believe next is going to be the electrical. So they have all that. So ceiling fan pre-wire, LED lights. So I put the 4 LED lights in here. This is going to be the fan pre-wire, this LED lights. I don't know what the W stands for. Here is the sunroom, and we have 2 speaker, gonna be 2 speakers back here. This is the sunroom, ceiling fan pre-wire. The panel for the speaker pre-wiring is gonna be here. Obviously that's the patio. Countertop extension, 36 42-inch counters. I don't know what this stuff stands for. White Storm, that's the color of the countertop. I think I mentioned before that my counters were going to be the same as what was in the other houses that I toured, but I actually did go back and upgrade my counters at the very last minute to white quartz. So that's what that is. There's going to be 2 pendant lights here. And here in the front room, this is the study, ceiling fan pre-wire, and then the 4 LED lights. There's going to be a Cat 6 cable over here. The reason that I actually added one in this room is because I mentioned before, I am a tax professional, so I access a lot of secure documents, and I don't want to use Wi-Fi to do that. So I need hardwired internet. And then over here, we got blinds in the whole house. I don't know what this stuff means. I have absolutely no clue. So yeah, the house is wrapped, so that's why you see that stuff on the windows. And this is gonna be open railing. Let's go upstairs, y'all. Let's see what's up here. Gotta be careful because there's no rail right now. So up here, you come over to the left-hand side. This is going to be the loft space. Ceiling fan pre-wire in here. Speakers, I got the surround sound speakers. The Cat 6 cable for the TV is going to be in here. And it's going to be up on the wall. So that's what that 5 whatever means. This is going to be the laundry room. So dryer is going to be on that side. Washing machine is going to be on this side. Over here, this is going to be the first bedroom. Ceiling fan pre-wire in here. It's a bedroom. This is going to be the actual guest bedroom. So this is the one that's actually going to be a guest room. And then over here, this is going to be my workout room. So we just got the ceiling fan pre-wire in here. And then this one is going to be my closet. So this also is going to have a ceiling fan pre-wire, and I'm going to put a closet organizational system in here. So this is the biggest secondary bedroom, but I'm going to use it as my closet space. This is going to be the secondary bathroom. It is going to have an LED light up there. And then my master bedroom. So it's going to have LED lights, a tray ceiling fan pre-wire. This Cat 6 cable is going to be in here. It's included in this room. This is the closet for this room, which, as we can see, isn't that great. That's why the other room is going to be my closet. And then in here, we're going to have LED light over both the bathtub and in the shower. I did go ahead and upgrade my countertops in here to the white storm quartz. And then I'm going to have the 12 by 24 tiles that are going to go here. And OB3, that is basically them telling them what level bathroom I chose, so what upgraded bathroom I have. So again, through that wall, it's not really going to be a through wall, but on the other side of that wall is the loft. I'm standing in my bedroom. This is the bathroom, and then the 3 secondary bedrooms, which are going to be closet, workout room, guest room. This is so exciting because this is the first time that you guys are able to see the upstairs. I actually came out here last night, but it was too dark for y'all to see anything, so I didn't record. And of course, again, like, this is the laundry room. So now let me go downstairs.
Future Keisha here. I'm currently editing this video, and I wanted to point something out. So if you see these pink X's here on the handrails and even down at the bottom, I mentioned to my project manager when I spoke to him that I thought that they framed out the railings as if there was going to be it was going to be drywalled, and he said that they did that for safety purposes. But as you can see, they actually went ahead and marked those to be taken down because they weren't supposed to frame them that way. They were supposed to put up temporary rails, and he put the X's on them to let them know that he needs to take them out. This is why I go to the lot just about every day and check behind what they're doing. And I make sure that I contact my project manager and say, hey, I thought they were doing this. They're doing this instead. And of course, he's going to tell me that what they're doing is right, but he'll go back and check it and let them know that it's actually wrong. So back to the video.
And I gotta be really careful because there's no railing. So I'll see y'all in a minute.
Hey y'all, today is Sunday, November 14th. So hopefully the same day that this video is actually getting published. But I am not at home. If you can tell, I'm actually in a hotel room. I'm here in Chicago. I came up here Friday night, really late. Basically just flying in to be able to attend my grandma's birthday party, which was yesterday. It was supposed to be a surprise. The surprise was ruined, but she didn't know I was coming up here, so that was a little bit of a surprise for her. But I wanted to film like an actual ending to this video because I wasn't able to really get any good footage of the house after Wednesday. So I went by on Thursday and Friday. I can't remember exactly why I couldn't film on Thursday or what the issue was, but Friday I tried to get there a little bit earlier to avoid the whole issue with the time change and it getting darker quicker. But that didn't happen. When I got there and, pulled my camera out and started walking around, it just got too dark. So the footage was useless. So wasn't able to actually capture any footage on Thursday and Friday, but I can tell you that they did go ahead and start the HVAC. I don't know if they're finished, but I know that they started. And they went ahead and started the plumbing. I mean, they haven't done electrical, or they hadn't done electrical when I left on Friday. Hopefully they worked some yesterday. And hopefully when I get home today, because I'm actually flying back out today, I was literally just here just for the party. Hopefully, I'm able to go to the house and see what they did yesterday. Hopefully they started on the electrical this weekend. We do have our pre-drywall meeting on Thursday, so they're going to have to get that done by then. And I don't know if there's anything else that's going to need to get done before the pre-drywall meeting on Thursday, but we'll see if we get pushed back. Also, needing to reach out to my person that I have chosen to do to be my inspector, so that they can go ahead and do their pre-drywall inspection, hopefully have that done before I do my pre-drywall walkthrough with the project manager. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and like this video. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, especially if you've watched a couple of my videos already and you haven't subscribed. Go ahead and do that. And yeah, turn on your notifications so that you can be notified whenever any additional videos are posted. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.